Ken, Iran today announced that it had enriched uranium at a 60% level. Does the White House view this as a worrisome development? And also, how does it affect the president's plan to revive the Iran nuclear deal?
I believe they made the announcement earlier this week, but regardless, as we stated earlier this week, we take seriously Iran's provocative announcement of its intention to begin enriching uranium to 60%, which the P5+1 should be unified in rejecting. The step both calls into question Iran's seriousness with regard to the nuclear talks and underscores the imperative of returning to mutual compliance. Now, there are indirect talks that are happening right now that started last week that were ongoing through today. And while we know these talks, we expected these talks to be difficult, to be long, we still feel that they are a step forward in moving towards leading with diplomacy to find a path forward.
One more on Russia. The president yesterday did not mention Alexei Navalny in his remarks at all. Obviously, the U.S. had taken earlier action. Yeah. The president had spoken earlier. Was there a reason why there was the omission of Navalny yesterday?
He was announcing steps in reaction to the other parts of the review. We had already announced sanctions as it related to Alexei Navalny, and we had previously announced those, which I know a lot's happening. So,
right.
Yeah. Let me just get around to everybody. Go ahead.
Yesterday, you said that President Biden remains committed to raising the refugee cap to the higher levels you previewed. But advocates have been questioning whether the delay to that move is based on the situation in the border. Is it true that President Biden doesn't want to raise the refugee cap while the situation at the border is like it is right now?
Well, I actually expect we'll have some more news on this today. So stay tuned. But I would say that it is a factor. ORR, which is a part of HHS, does do refugee, does do management and has personnel working on both issues. And so we have to ensure that there is capacity and ability to manage both. Now, I will say that the other piece that has been a factor is that it took us some time to see and evaluate how ineffective or how trashed in some ways the refugee processing system had become. And so we had to rebuild some of those muscles and put it back in place. But I expect, again, we'll have more news on this today, and we'll share that with all of you. Go ahead in the back.
Thank you, Jane. Another question about press meeting with Japanese President Suga.
Yep.
Yesterday, senior officials say Taiwan will be on the joint statement. Can you talk more about Taiwan? Or are you going to say, be patient, stay tuned, wait until joint statement, or?
Well, we've been clear publicly and privately about our growing concerns about China's aggression towards Taiwan. China has taken increasingly coercive action to undercut democracy in Taiwan, and we've seen a concerning increase in PRC military activity in the Taiwan Strait, which we believe is potentially destabilizing our